So you started playing when you were young. When did it start to become something serious, though?
I'd probably say like I always took football serious. I always kind of worked my hardest at it. But like when I realized like it could kind of turn into something was probably like freshman year when I kind of started getting recruited.
Was there any coach or something that really kind of sat you down and talked to you about maybe focusing on that and really making sure that you work really hard at it?
Um, Probably Coach Looney. One of the coaches like the first school that offered
Mhm.
me kind of told me like, hey, like you have a special talent, but you need to continue to develop and work hard at it. And I just kind of took those words and ran with it.
Well, so you were recruited though by the previous staff at Arkansas, and then you didn't really have a chance to come back on campus officially after they left. So, what was that whole process like for you?
It was actually kind of stressful. The old staff actually didn't offer me. The new staff did.
Mhm.
So, when I visited with the old staff, I fell in love with the place. I loved Fayetteville. I love the facilities and everything, but I just didn't have the offer. So it's kind of like I kind of blew it all off. And then, I saw Coach Browse get hired and I followed him, shot him a DM, and it just kind of took off from there.
So, when did you know that Arkansas was where you wanted to be?
Mm, it was kind of a weird situation when I like, during the summer, I was probably on Zoom meetings for like 4 hours a day with, different schools, kind of seeing what offense I fit best, what coach I can see myself being coached by. And then, one day my mom's like at a dealership with my sister getting her a car. And I just like woke up and I was like, I'm ready to commit. And it was just weird. It just felt like God kind of put that in my mind and I just made it happen.
Well, it's interesting, Sam Pittman talked about how this is one of those stress-free classes. It was drama-free, everyone kept their word. How important was that to you to make sure that you were really certain this is where you wanted to go before you announced you were gonna commit to Arkansas?
Uh, I mean, that's just kind of how I was raised. Once you give somebody your word, it's golden. So, um, once I committed to the school, I didn't just commit to the school. I committed to, the fans, every other commit that's committed, all the recruits. I committed to the future recruits. So that's just kind of what I'm sticking with.
So, Sam Pittman, Kendall Briles, what do you think about those 2 guys?
Amazing coaches and even better people. I mean, they're always going to keep it a buck with me and, be honest. And, I can play for an honest guy any day.
What they tell you that they want you to work on before you get to campus or when you get to campus?
Um, you know, they pretty much just want me to keep working, just kind of keep steady at what I'm doing. I have great trainers back home, so just kind of stay intact with them. And
Yeah.
once I hit campus, just hit the ground running.
Do you have any ties to Arkansas before actually deciding to come to Arkansas? Like, do you have any type of family or nothing? Was anyone trying
Nothing.
to persuade you to go anywhere else?
Nah, I had absolutely no ties to
Yeah.
Arkansas, but I'm just kind of trying to make my own.
I like that. Well, so you are getting to campus early. Why'd you decide you wanted to do that?
A big thing for me is just going in there early, learning the playbook, and competing with the other guys that are there. We have a great QB room there with like KJ Jefferson, Malik
Mhm.
Cornsby, etc. And we have two more good quarterbacks coming in, me and Landon. So just getting in there, ready to compete and working my butt off every day,
Yeah,
trying to get a starting job as quick as possible.
I was about to say, I mean, there's the battle for quarterback. How do you feel about walking into that room?
I committed here for a reason. I love to compete, so I'm just looking forward to it.
Do you think you could make an immediate impact at Arkansas?
Um, yes,
Yeah.
yes, in the most humble way possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you talk to any of the other quarterbacks at all? Have you reached out to any of them?
I've talked to Landon, one of the other 2021 commits, but none of the quarterbacks that are there now, other than Felipe, but he's out.
So, what'd you talk to him about?
Uh,
I gotcha. Well, so what are you excited about for when you get to campus?
just kind of getting used to like the college life, the workouts, the meal prep, staying on top of my health is just as much as what I do on the field. So that's going to be new, but I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Do you know who your roommates are yet?
Yep. Keytron Jackson, one of my receivers, Jaden Wilson, another one of my receivers, and Javion Hunt, my running back.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, do you think that getting in early will kind of give you an edge?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, we have a great QB room up there,
Mhm.
but the one thing they do have on me is knowledge of the playbook. So just getting in there, learning as much as I can, as quick as I can, and staying dedicated to it. Only good things can happen from there.
So, what do you think people should know about you? What do you think you bring to the table?
Me personally, I think I bring great leadership. I'm gonna do what's right, regardless of who's watching and what's around. I'm gonna work my tail off. There'll never be another man in the room that works harder than me. So that's that's something that I bring to the table.
So, what was your family's reaction to you deciding to go to Arkansas?
Honestly, my mom did not agree with it when I called her at the dealership. She was like, "No, you're making a mistake." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Nah, I'm going." I was like, "This is where I gotta go." And then over time, she was like, "You know what? You did make the right choice." Like she just fell in love with it as well.
What was it like watching them this season and seeing all those improvements?
I was extremely impressed. I already knew, when talking on the phone and getting on Zoom meetings with Coach Pittman and Coach Browse and talking with Coach Odom, pretty much every coach on the staff, that only good things were to come. And they showed this year that uh, you know Coach Pittman really makes a difference, like in that locker room, because the players were actually like, I want to say, playing for him. They had a different type of like swag and dog mentality about them that kind of was shown on the field week in and week out, no matter who was on the opposing side.
Does that give you more hope or make you more optimistic about the years to come while you're there?
Oh, no doubt. I'm looking forward to playing for them, more than you can imagine. So I'm just ready to get to work.
And especially going up against the competition you're going to be facing in the SEC. I mean, what are you excited about for that?
I A big part of me choosing Arkansas is because it's in the SEC. I want to play the best talent in the country every year, and I didn't want a crutch like, oh, he's playing in the ACC, oh, he's playing in the American Conference, stuff like that. I was like, no, I want to go to the hardest conference and dominate in that conference.
So when you're not playing football, what do you do for fun?
uh, I like to watch film and work out. I don't know. I'm a pretty boring kid. I like to hang out with friends sometimes, but I'm pretty busy with
Awesome.
football.
It's business. I get that. So how do you feel about leaving home for the first time and living on your own?
It's like bittersweet. It's gonna be cool. I'm 17 years old. I just turned 17 2 months ago, 3 months ago actually. So it'll be like a new experience, like away from home. But it has to happen eventually. So I'm just ready to get to it.